Alright, transformation. Some of you, if you're not in my class, you never do transformation before, but it's alright. We again target on exam. This will be the exam type question. This is new to everyone, so I'll start fresh with you guys. First of all, when you look at this question, determines the new rules. Okay, if I've given you a rules y equal to 1 over x squared, I need to dilate it by 4 from the x-axis. What we need to do every time when we see this type of question, we do the same thing. We need to know the difference between the new x and the old x. So first of all, we write it in this way. We write down the new x will be equal to something changed to the old x. The new y will be equal to something changed to the old y. So what has been changed? We look at the sentence they're given. They said, dilate by a factor of 4 from the x-axis. The most important things on this line is dilated means multiplication. So you do multiplication to some values, so you times 4 to some of the y or x value. And which letter we have to times 4, it depends on what axis they said. If they said it's x-axis, it means you times the 4 to y. You times 4 to y. Okay? So what it actually means on the graph, it means you push the graph, to stretch the graph, all the lines away from the x-axis. On the other hand, is you kind of like stretch the line, the curve up a little bit. So that's why the y value changed. Again, the background, I'm not going to explain too much. We will have to use this method again and again to do the question. The background, how the graph changed when we up to sketching graph, I will tell you how to do it. So this type of question, you don't need a graph. You just do the same thing. When you see x-axis, then y have to change. Unless the question is not using dilation reflection. One more transformation word you need to learn is translate. Translate, then you use the same letter to change the same letter. Other words other than translate, so when you see translate, when you see translate, we use the same letter. The rest of the word, dilated, reflected, we change a different letter. So x, that's why I changed the y value. Alright, so when we see the question, I will tell you which letter to do. Alright, so now I've set it up already. And now the next step is, I want you to make the x and y as a subject. On the other hand, that means I want you to write x is equal to x dash in this way. And then y is equal to what y dash? Yeah, y dash over 4. Okay, I move the 4 across, multiplication becomes division. And then now, I want you to substitute this x and y into the old equation. Okay, so I want you to do substitution, substitute this into the old equation. Y equal to 1 over x squared will be changed. This y, this x have to be changed to x dash and y dash. So what will this circle become? Y dash over 4. Okay, so I'll go up a little bit. Y dash over 4. And then 1 over x dash squared. Alright? And this is the new equation already. This is the answer already. Okay, this is the answer. The new equation we set up. Everything is new there. Y value is new, x value is new. And the last thing you need to do is, we always want y by itself, no force touching with it, so we move the 4 away. So the last thing you need to do is make the y dash as a subject. So you times 4 to the other side. And at the same time, the last line, I'll rub off the dash. The dash is just helping me to do the working out, to remind me there's a new x in the equation. New x, new y in the equation. Yeah. All right. So I'll make it smaller. Or just that. All right. So this is the question. And you will see when we do the exam paper, we just do the same pattern. Drop this part off, and then we use the same pattern to do the question. Okay? Alright. Now, if you don't have the time to copy down the question, it's fine. Again, this is on Compass. I will put it up on Compass today. The whole file here, I will put it up on Compass. So if you don't have time to copy it down, okay, then you don't have to. Alright, so we were going to do the next question. The next question, alright, it is about 2 minutes past. So in the real exam, you should finish in 2 minutes for this easy question. But again, this is the first time we do it. I'll give you 3 or 5 minutes to finish it up. I'll start here, x dash. Can anyone tell me what x dash is? 2x? Half x or 2x? Alright. Okay. Now, first of all, dilation means multiplication. The y-axis means I need to change the x. So x multiply with just this number. So don't need to think too much. We just use the number times it with the x, then we're done. All right. Reflections to the x-axis. Okay, so y dash is equal to what? What is reflection to the y value? Negative, yes. All right, and then the next step is just move the half away, and then it will become 2x dash. Move the negative away, become negative y dash, and then do the substitution. All right, this is the old function, so y is equal to root 2x minus 5. You change the circles to these two things, then you're almost done. Yes? So where's the negative come from? The reflection. Okay, reflection means negative. Okay, quick question. All right, so now y is negative y dash, and x is 2x dash minus 5. All right, I need to move myself. All right, now what is the 22 doing there? Yeah, it's 2 times 2. So this 22, you need to put a times in between, or just rub it off, change to 4. Okay, so this 22 actually means times. All right, so now the last step, what do I need to do? Yeah, make the y by itself. And at the same time, rub the dot off. So which one is the answer? D. Okay, not hard. 2 minutes should be able to finish it. You need to do it in this way. First of all, again, we need to set up the x dash, y dash. But this time, they've already given you x dash, y dash with the t. So this t actually means x dash, y dash. Okay? The next step you need to do is, these 4 numbers in the first matrix, you have to write down x, y next to this 4 number in this way. So negative 1x, 0y, 0x, 3y. The 0y you can rub it off because it's nothing. The 0x you can rub it off if it's nothing. Alright, so now you can read the whole line in this way without the x and y here. You can also rub it off. We've already done the x and y. So now read the first line here to give me what x dash equal to. Negative 1x plus 0. Okay, the 0 again you can rub it off. Okay. Next line, y dash. 3y plus 5. Okay, this is the only new thing that you need to do. Alright, so now can you do the rest of the step until you get the new function? I'll tell you this is the old function, so ignore the gy, ignore the gx. So just do the next step for me, and then we will do the rest together. Yes? So negative x dash, and y will be
y dash on 3 plus
y dash on 3 first or minus 5 first? Minus 5 first over 3. Okay, the next step is we substitute this into the O function. Now these questions only got 17% people in the whole state got it correct. Okay, so when you're up to here, you don't know what fx is, I will say stop doing it. Okay, whenever you don't know how to do it in the multiple choice, you've already spent 1 or 2 minutes on it, you stop doing it and then do the next question. Okay, it's not worth it for you to spend more than 3 minutes on the 1 marked question. Okay, this is the skills that you need to learn. Give up on those hard questions and then do the next one. You can come back to that question later, but I don't want you to spend too much time on 1 mark question, because you will lose the other marks. Okay? Alright, so now just keep going because it's not exam yet. We can keep going at the moment. But remember, this is a very hard question. Only 17% people got it right. Alright, so not yet. We're still far away from the answer. Okay, again, this is a very hard question. Alright. Can you tell me what will be after I substitute the y in? So the y will become y dash minus 5 over 3. And the x will become negative x dash. And what is the next step I need to do? Not yet. What is my get y by itself? Okay, so don't think too much about the question. We just do the same thing again and again and again. Alright, so y by itself. Right? Okay, and then now I'm going to think about the final answer. Okay, this is the question they're asking. Okay, so first of all, they said the O question, the O functions is now we call it gx. Okay, we map the O functions and now we're ending up as the new question become gx. The new equation now we call it gx. Okay, so this y dash we can call it gx. The relationship between the f is now, I can write it in this way. So this is gx. This is y equal to gx. So now I've got this. At the same time, I rub off the dash. This is what we're ending up. Okay, so far? Alright, and now we go back to the question. The question asks you to find the antidifferentiation of gx. Okay? So then, now find this. That's what they're asking. So I'm going to put 3fx plus 5 in there. So I'm going to do the question now, the actual question. I'm going to anti-differentiate it. So I need some more space. So now I'm going to copy these and then do the anti-differentiation. Alright? Yep. Calculator. But it won't help with fx. We don't know what f is. The calculator won't do it for you. Alright. This question is too long. Can you tell me how do I break it into 2 parts so that I can do the easy one first? How can I break this question into 2 parts? Yeah, differentiate the 5 first. Alright, now take out your calculator